Hello and welcome to the very first lecture in chapter 8 of our comprehensive course on artificial intelligence, machine learning and data science. Now, here in this course, we want to learn about data manipulation with pandas. Now, the name of previous chapter was data wrangling with pandas, and here data manipulation with pandas. So often what you will see is that both terms are used synonymous to each other. But the reason why I divided the whole thing into two chapters is that one chapter would become very long, and second thing is that in data wrangling what you did, that is filling the null values, then deduplicating, removing single valued columns, all those things, many more things also we had done, but all those things fall into a different category of data manipulation, while this is a different category. In this chapter we are mainly learning sorting given data, filtering, grouping and aggregation. Okay, now those who are coming from the background of Excel, they know that at the top of the column only there is when you select the data out of the options in the ribbon of the Excel, and then you come to the top of every column, then you have the facility of sorting that column. Okay, so similar facility we want in pandas also. And one very important thing about panda is that Excel has a limitation that it cannot handle big data. Okay, while this pandas can handle small, big, any data, streaming data, whatever. So once you learn Python and pandas, then any Excel sheet you just import into the pandas and you can continue your operations. And it is very easy, so it is not at all difficult. Just a few commands here and there you have to remember. And that also I have told you the trick that there is no need to remember the commands. After writing pd dot, you just press the tab characters and immediately the list of available commands which are provided by pandas, they are already displayed in your IDE. So let us create one data frame and understand the sorting capability of panda. Here we are creating the data frame. So this is just a part of what you can say question or the data by which we want to understand the topic. I gave the reason also why I am using the code to create the data frame, because ideally as per international ethical standard, if you want to make a course or a text, if you want to write a textbook for anything, you cannot even copy paste the data from a website, or you cannot even copy paste the data from one popular book. Even that is considered violation of copyright. So the only option which is left is when a tutor or a book author believes that I want to introduce this topic, say here I want to introduce sorting, filtering, grouping, aggregation, then I have to create my own data, synthetic data, which is suitable for explaining this all. So this is just that. Okay, and these two options also we are knowing that pd.set options, then in parentheses display dot max underscore rows, and similarly pd.set options in parentheses display dot max underscore calls or columns, sorry. And if you write none, that means there is put no limit on the number of maximum rows and put no limit on the number of maximum columns, so that we will try to display your data frame in full length and full width. Even if it has 10,000 rows, it will display all 10,000 rows, of course within the limit of the memory capacity of your machine. And if it has 100 columns, then it will try to display all 100 columns. Okay, so that is this option. Okay, now we are trying to first create a dictionary, because pandas data frame, the easiest way to create a pandas data frame is to create a dictionary whose whose keys are the column headers of the data frame and whose value can be a list which will become individual rows under that column. Okay, so here I am writing product ID, one key, sales another key, price another key, quantity another key, department and region. So that means I will get start imagining horizontally that I will get a horizontal table in which product ID, sales, price, quantity, department and region, that will be one adjacent to another, and those 6 will become the column header. Now under product ID you will have np.a range 1 to 21, so that means there will be 20 rows and each will have unique index 1 to 20. In the sales I am just putting some random integers starting from 100 to 1000. So these are suppose units of, and again size of that column is 20, size of this column is also 20, size of this column is also 20, and size of this column is also 20, size of this is also 20. Fine. So then sales random integers are put having value between 100 and 1000. Price, there was a random uniform distribution. Now this is just like normal distribution is there. Similarly, this is a uniform distribution. So price uniformly varies, and I will show you the picture of that uniform distribution also, that what kind of distribution, how it appears if you plot it. So then 10.5 to 100.5 in that range. So minimum value of the price is this and maximum value is this. Quantity is again random integer between 1 to 10. And department is random choice. We have used that option also many times. So we are creating everywhere. This is, you can see numpy is used. Okay, random dot choice, and we are providing four choices. So that means the department can be any one of these four choices: clothing, electronics, home, and food. And I'm not providing any probability. Otherwise, if you remember, here there is one argument p is equal to, and then I can provide a comma separated list that is say zero point 0.5, then 0.3, then 0.1, and that is another 0.1, suppose. So total of all probabilities should become 1. Okay, then what will happen? 50% of the records will have clothing as the department, 30% will have electronics as the department, for 10% will have this home as the department, and 10% will have food as the department. But if you don't specify any probability, then all are given equal probability. So that means 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, and 0.25. 1/4 rows will be of each department. So total there are 20 rows. So if you don't specify the probability, then in that case there will be 5 rows for clothing, 5 for electronics, 5 for home, and 5 for food. And same way here also, I am just writing np.random.choice, and in the region, suppose my firm has its operation in all 4 regions of the country: north, south, east, west, and my firm deals with these 4 departments. Okay, so this is my data, and once data is obtained in the this dictionary format, the next step is very easy, that you have to just convert the data into the data form by using pd.dataframe, and in that you have to provide the data in dictionary format. Okay, now let us do this. Here I have done one more thing. If I don't do that thing, then it is also fine, but then the printout of the data frame will not be very nice. Okay, so you can see that there are 4 digits after the decimal in the printout, and then in later stages what will happen is this printout will overflow in the next region, and it will not create a nice display. Now there is no need of that much accuracy, so one step extra I have done, that price you make it because it is a uniform distribution, others are integers, so for them there is no need of rounding, they are integers already. But price is a uniform distribution, so by default numpy creates floating points. So therefore I don't need that much accuracy, so I have added once this line that please round the price to 2 decimal point only, so that now this price is more appropriate and legible. Okay, fine. Now I have created my data. Now my first choice is how to sort the data over any column. So for that the command is expected, and suppose I don't know the command, then the method I have already told you, that what do you want to sort? You want to sort your data frame. So write df, then put dot and press tab. So as you press tab and then press S, so that you can get all commands which are available with S, and you can see here sort values is available. So sort values, and that is a function. Now what does that function, what argument I have to provide it? Suppose I don't know even that also, then write a question mark and it will tell you by what, and by what index level. Index level means column index level, that is the header of the column. Okay, so you want to sort by sales, or you want to sort by price, or you want to sort by quantity, that you have to specify. Okay, and thereafter you have to give ascending or descending. Okay, and default value is ascending is equal to true. So if you don't specify anything, then it will create the sorted data frame with the column which you specify with ascending is equal to true. Okay, I'm just clearing this output, but I'm keeping this so that if this Jupyter notebook remains with you, and I'm converting this to markdown cell, so then you will remember that this is how I can find the functionality. So df.sort values, and then by which column? Then by sales column. Okay, by sales column. You should select numeric column, and ascending or descending, then if you don't select anything, then the default value was true. That means ascending is equal to true. Okay, here you can check it. Ascending is equal to true. But I want, suppose, in descending order. Okay, so then in that case I will write ascending is equal to false. So I will get highest cells at the top in the output, and the next cell in the one by one lower and lower cells will be there. That is what I should expect. And let us say, yes, highest cells is at the top, then this is next, this is next, this is next, and so on. Fine. So this is about sorting. Now same is about filtering. Filtering based on one particular criteria. Say this is one example given, that filter to include only those rows where quantity is greater than 5. So if you want to do that, you are trying to filter. Now for filter, important thing to remember is, for sorting there is a command. For filtering there is no command. You are just taking subset. Okay. So what you do is first write the condition inside, the df quantity greater than 5. So from data frame, select those rows which satisfy this condition, that the quantity column should have greater than 5 value. So which row will satisfy that? This will not satisfy that. This will not satisfy. This will also not. This row will satisfy. So that means first output which should be obtained is this. Okay. Then another is this is satisfied. So next would be this, and another. So I am expecting that 3 rows would be of 10 because these are the only 3 rows where the quantity is greater than 5. So when I write df quantity greater than 5, that is called condition, that the quantity column should have value greater than 5. And when I write that in a square bracket after df, that means I am subsetting my original data frame. My original data frame is this unsorted, remember that. Okay, so then only this row will remain, then 8, that is, then this row will remain 6, and then 7. No other row will remain, and you can check it. So 3 rows remain, 8, 6, and 7. Okay, so it is very simple operation that you just do write one condition and then write take a subset of entire data frame using that condition. Now I can also sort. Suppose here it was like that. Sort by where sales is greater than 600. Okay, so in that case, let me add another. Say filtered underscore df underscore 2 equals to. First, you should always write the condition that df sales, sorry, sales column should be greater than 600 or 700, whatever value you want to write. So I write greater than 600. That will isolate from original data frame. It will keep this, then it will keep this, this, and some many more. Okay, but it will avoid those rows which have value less than 600 or less than or equal to 600. And then I just print filtered, press tab character, and you will always see the option, and this is my data frame. Okay, you can see all cells, none of the cell is less than 600, all are greater than 6. Similarly, you can make a practice of filtering by other numeric columns. Okay, you can even filter by this categorical column. So let us take that kind of example also, that filtered df is equal to, here I am taking the condition that df region, I think it was, yes, region column. So df region equals, but for categorical column you should understand that you are comparing a string. So equals, say west or east, suppose. So in that case you should say that I am finding only those records which are from east. So this is the condition, and just now conditionally subset your original data frame. This is how you should remember. Okay, then the advantage of manually doing coding is that concepts become clear. And yeah, I did not write update, I mean output. So press tab character, write just FIL and press tab character and then control enter. So you will see that now all regions are east only. Similarly, you will try to filter it original data frame based on department is equal to electronics or department is equal to food, etc. Okay, so this is about filtering. Now next lecture we will do, that is about grouping and aggregation. That lecture will take a slightly lengthy discussion. So if it becomes long, then please pardon me. Okay, so we see you in the second lecture. Thank you.